Richard Smith here from the Finance Zone. This is the second video in a series of videos talking to you about the issues in relation to pensions and personal pension planning. Now, this is the stuff that, without hyping it up, the industry just isn't talking to you about. And what I'm trying to do in this series of videos is to give you the tools and the education you need to be able to make your own decisions, because my feeling is big chunks of the industry is getting this wrong. My evidence is that that is actually borne out to be true, because most of the industry is indeed getting this very wrong. So in today's presentation, I want to introduce you to our pension calculator, so you can actually sit down and review yourself very simply where your pensions are and how they've actually been performing. And so this is the spreadsheet which you can download from the www.thefinancezone.co.uk, and there will be a link there telling you exactly how to get your hands on it. It's completely free, no opt-in required, but I just wanted to show you actually how it works. So you should get a hold of your provider, your pension providers or pension provider, and ask them to do some calculations for you, or get a statement which should have all of this information on it. And I want you to take the total value of your pension fund and enter it in the top part of the spreadsheet. So in this instance, we're going to say 550,000. Very nice if you have, but for most of us, it's going to be somewhere in the region of 55,000. So in this top box here, you enter the total value of your pension, and then in this box here, you enter the total amount that's paid in. Now, you may have had employer contributions go in, you may have had contracting out contributions go in, but there will be a total amount of pension that's gone in, or a total amount of contribution that's gone into your pension plan. And of course, that may be less, or may include the tax relief. But if you ask your provider to provide you this figure, they will be able to tell it to you. Some of them will have it on an up-to-date statement, others will want to produce it for you. But in which case, we're going to be looking at a figure of the amount paid in less the total value of your pension, leaves you a net figure, which is a total gain. Now, in this instance, it's going to be 30,000. I'm trying to keep this very, very straightforward. And the number of years the pension's been in force. Now, round it down. You can round it up if you want, but I suggest you round it down, because this is the way I tend to look at making these calculations. It's certainly more favourable for the provider to round it down, but we're just trying to get a feel at this stage. So in this case, we're going to say that actually the pension's been in place for 15 years. Now, that gives us the average growth per year. So this means that the average growth on your pension funds per year, based on what you've paid in and the current value, in this particular instance is going to be 8%. And so, on my reckoning, if that's more than 10%, I think that's good. I think that you're doing pretty good. There are still other issues with pensions, which we'll cover in later videos. But the fact is that if you're getting more than 10%, that's probably good. If it's below 5%, then your advisor or your provider is probably doing better than you, because these figures are 5%, realistically, between the advisor commissions and your provider charges, probably going to come out to about 3.5%. There's a good chance that your advisor and your provider are probably doing better than you. If it shows a loss, you're in trouble, and there are plenty of ways of doing better. And this simple calculator is designed to show you how your pension is really doing, based on actual figures, not hearsay, not predictions, based on what it's actually done over the medium term. Now, whatever your figures come out with, you need to consider carefully exactly what you're doing in relation to your pensions, and the next series of videos will actually start to point you in the right direction and give you some more guidance. You can find out more information about me over at the Finance Zone, and there's plenty of information, there's plenty of podcasts, there's plenty of how-to in relation to some of the things you must do to sort your pensions out. My name is Richard Smith, and you can contact me through the website.